Hello, this is Mesos Aurum, and welcome to the SFML tutorials. Today, we will be constructing an images class. We will make our header, say images, and our source file, also images, and say sharp include images.h. Head over to the .h file. Then we say sharp include S.F.M.L /graphics.hpp. Then we say class images inheriting from public SF image. As usual, we do these. Constructor, we say images SF vector 2u, then image size, as well as our regular deconstructor. We will define these really quickly. And then in our constructor, we say this resize image size. Before we clean up just a bit and go back to the .h file, here we say SF texture star texture, as well as SF sprite star sprite. Then we make our initializing functions, void init texture, as well as void init sprite. We'll define these really quickly as well. We'll clean this up really quickly. And then we will say texture equals new SF texture this get size. In init sprite, we will say sprite equals new SF sprite star texture. In our constructor, we will copy this, paste it there, as well as copy this, paste it here. In our deconstructor, we will say delete texture, as well as delete sprite. Back in our .h file, we will say down here, void update texture, as well as SF sprite get sprite. Then we will define these really quickly. Here we will just return star sprite, and we will clean this up a bit. And finally, in update texture, we will say texture update star this. We are going to go back to the game.h file and scroll up a bit, say sharp include images.h. Then down here, we will say images star images, as well as void init images. Then we will define images. Before we do that, we will scroll down a bit, say delete images. Going back up, we'll clean that up. Here we will say images equals new images as width and height. We're going to scroll down a bit. Here we will say, first block that out, say window, draw, images, get sprite. Up here, we'll make a double for loop, for int y equals 0, y is less than height, plus plus y, as well as for int x equals 0, x is less than width plus x. Outside the for loop, we will say images dot update texture. Clean this up. We'll be making a black and white image, so we will say standard uint 8t c equals x plus y mod 2. Right below that, we will say SFML color equals SFML CCC. Right below that, we will say images set pixel x by y and color. A problem that I just ran into is that these must be unsigned. Unsigned. Copy. Paste. And before we can do that, down here in the constructor, we will say init images. Going back up. As well as right after C, we will say C start equals 255. Then we will enter the debug menu and see that we have a nice checkerboard pattern. And here you can make any pattern you want. You can say x and y, XOR x, and then enter the debug menu. And you see that you get a nice Sierpinski's triangle pattern. Back in images.c++, in the constructor, we are inputting an image size, which in the game, we have input the width and height of the screen. And with that, we are immediately resizing the image as that image size. Then we are initializing the texture as that size, and then the sprite as that texture. In the end, we are deleting the texture and the sprite. After each double for loop, we are updating the texture. And then when we draw to the screen, we are getting the sprite from here. Thank you for joining me today. If you did, then please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a great day.